को स्थगित करने का अधिकार दिया है, ये अधिकार इस तरह से देश के किसी भी असेंबली के स्पीकर ने नहीं उपयोग किया है। मैं इस पर कोई टिप्पणी करना नहीं चाहता, अगर उचित है तो कांग्रेस पार्टी ने जरूर इसका समर्थन करना चाहिए कि भाई विधानसभा को या संसदों को स्थगन कर ही चलाना, कभी सत्रावसान नहीं करना, वो सेशन में ही रहेंगे। अब सेशन में ही रहेंगे तो कानून कैसे बनाओगे? अब कैबिनेट बुला ही नहीं सकते हो। इसलिए क्या स्थिति है समझिए साहब, 2020 में सत्र की संख्या कितनी हुई दिल्ली के? 1 बजट सत्र। 2021 में कितनी? 1 बजट सत्र। 2022 में कितनी बार सदन बुलाया गया? 1 बार बजट सत्र। 2023 में कितनी बार सदन बुलाया गया? 1 बार बजट सत्र। उसके अलावा असेंबली की जरूरत ही नहीं है। इसके अलावा मान्यवर असेंबली की जरूरत ही नहीं है। ये किस तरह से असेंबली चला रहे हैं मान्यवर? कैबिनेट के अधिकारी की दुहाई दे रहे हैं। 2022 में 6 कैबिनेट बैठक सिर्फ हुई है, 1 साल में सिर्फ 6। इसमें से 3 बजट रिलेटेड है और 3 एक बिजली कंपनी को सहायता करने के लिए बुलाई गई, बाकी एक भी कैबिनेट नहीं बुलाई। मान्यवर 2023 में सिर्फ 2 ही कैबिनेट बुलाई गई और दोनों बजट के कामकाज के लिए बुलाई। अब आप क्या भैया कैबिनेट का दुहाई देते हो, क्या अधिकार का दुहाई देते हो? ना कैबिनेट मिलती है, ना सदन मिलता है और हमें डेमोक्रेसी पढ़ाते हो भाई। ऐसा कभी नहीं होता भाई। ये जो कहते हैं ना कि क्या विशेष हुआ था, इसलिए मैं समझाता हूं मान्यवर क्या विशेष। मान्यवर IRTS, एम्स, दिल्ली मेट्रो, IIT दिल्ली, UR जैसे ढेर सारे योजनाओं का क्लियरेंस न मिलने के कारण ये इंस्टीट्यूशन और ये डेवलपमेंटल काम दिल्ली की जनता को नहीं मिल पा रहे हैं। वो राजनीतिक रूप से रोक कर बैठे हैं। 5G टेक्नोलॉजी लाने का रास्ता मोदी जी सुगम करना चाहते थे। हमारे अश्विनी भाई बार बार पत्र लिखते हैं, 2016 से झगड़ा चल रहा है मगर इस पर कार्यवाही नहीं करी और ट्रांसफर पोस्टिंग के लिए इनको सुप्रीम कोर्ट में जाने का समय है, मगर 5G टेक्नोलॉजी को इंस्टॉल करने के लिए जो सहायता चाहिए भारत सरकार को, वो करने का समय नहीं है। माननीय अध्यक्ष जी, मैं इसलिए कहता हूं कि कुछ परिस्थितियां ऐसी होती है जिसको अलग दृष्टिकोण से देखना पड़ता है। दिल्ली के अंदर 91 से 2015 तक यही व्यवस्था, इसी तरह से ट्रांसफर पोस्टिंग होती थी और कोई कानून या कोई नियम बनाने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती। मान्यवर, मैं फिर से एक बार सदन का ध्यान आकृष्ट करना चाहता हूं। कुछ सदन के सदस्यों ने कहा कि ये बिल संविधान सम्मत नहीं है और संविधान के अधिकारों को ये बिल कानून के द्वारा संविधान सुधारने का प्रयास है। मान्यवर, मैं इनका ध्यान दिलाना चाहता हूं कि अध्यादेश और बिल के अंदर थोड़ा फर्क। अध्यादेश के अंदर धारा 3A है जो बताती थी कि दिल्ली विधानसभा को एंट्री 41 यानी सेवा मामलों पर कानून नहीं बना पाएगी, ये अध्यादेश के अंदर। फिर हमने इसको ध्यान से बारीकी से अध्ययन किया, काफी लोगों की राय भी ली और लगा कि ये एकदम वायोलेशन तो नहीं है संविधान का, मगर ग्रे एरिया है। इसलिए जो मैं बिल लेकर आया हूं, विधेयक लेकर आया हूं, इसमें धारा 3A को भारत सरकार ने ही हटा लिया है, इसलिए वायोलेशन का क्वेश्चन डज नॉट अराइज। धारा 3A को हमने हटा लिया है, अध्यादेश से हटाकर बिल में धारा 3A को नहीं डाला गया है। अब दिल्ली की विधानसभा को भी सेवा में कानून बनाने का अधिकार है, आप बना सकते हो, मगर केंद्र का कानून अभी जो बना है इससे कॉन्ट्राडिक्टरी कानून नहीं बना सकते हो, इतना ही है। माननीय अध्यक्ष जी, एक मैंने कह दिया, अगर 239 AAB एक बहुत बड़ी चर्चा चली कि मंत्रियों के अधिकार अफसरों को दे दिए गए। कैबिनेट के अंदर अफसर कैबिनेट नोट भेजेंगे। तो माननीय अध्यक्ष जी, मैं तो 2 सरकारों में रहा हूँ, गुजरात सरकार में रहा हूँ और अभी मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में भारत सरकार में काम रखा। कभी मैंने एज अ मिनिस्टर कैबिनेट नोट साइन नहीं किया, फाइल साइन की है, मगर कैबिनेट नोट तो सेक्रेटरी ही भेजते हैं। शायद आप लोगों के राज्य में मंत्री की सिग्नेचर से जाती है तो मुझे मालूम नहीं है। अगर कोई ऐसा दूसरा राज्य है तो भी बताना चाहिए सदन को। माननीय अध्यक्ष जी, मैं खंडवार जवाब देना नहीं चाहता, इतना ही कहना चाहता हूं कि 45A 45(1) को जो उद्धृत कर सब लोग बोल रहे थे, इसमें मैं इतना ही कहना चाहता हूं कि इसमें दिए गए सारे प्रावधान ट्रांजैक्शन ऑफ बिजनेस रूल 1993 में पहले से मौजूद है, 93 से है, जो कांग्रेस पार्टी लेकर आई है। हम कुछ नया नहीं लाए, मगर वो रूल्स को मानते नहीं थे, इसलिए रूल्स को एक्ट का हिस्सा बनाया गया है। 93 से रूल्स के हिसाब से दिल्ली चलती है, फुल स्टॉप कॉमा का फर्क नहीं है साहब इसमें। ट्रांजैक्शन ऑफ बिजनेस रूल 1993 जो है, जो कांग्रेस पार्टी ने बनाए थे, उसको ही हम एक्ट में आमेज किए हैं और इसलिए करने पड़े हैं कि एक ऐसी सरकार चुनकर आई जो रूल्स को मानती नहीं है, इसलिए एक्ट में डालना पड़ा। मान्यवर, ये सारे अधिकार जो है, अधिकारों का बंटवारा है, कार्य विभाजन है और कार्य पद्धति है, ये सारी की सारी कांग्रेस पार्टी ने बनाई है। अगर कांग्रेस पार्टी में अंतरात्मा है तो इस बिल का समर्थन करना चाहिए। मैं तो आपकी चीज को लेकर खड़ा हूं, मगर ये नहीं करेंगे, मुझे मालूम है मान्यवर, क्योंकि उनको गठबंधन बचाना है, मान्यवर, मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूं, ये आप पार्टी का जन्म ही कांग्रेस का विरोध कर हुआ। लगभग 3 टन जितनी गाली कांग्रेस की सरकार को बोले और बोलकर सरकार में आए, और आज अनधिकृत अधिकार प्राप्त करने के लिए कांग्रेस का समर्थन ले रहे हैं। और कांग्रेस वालों को भी ठीक है, चलो हमारा गठबंधन बढ़े। भाई, मैं बताना चाहता हूं खड़गे साहब, जैसे ही आज शाम को ये बिल खत्म हुआ, पारित हुआ, केजरीवाल जी पलट जाएंगे, ठेंगा दिखाएंगे और कुछ नहीं होने वाला। तो उनका लक्ष्य हम नहीं है, कांग्रेस पार्टी है। जरा इनका चुनावी इतिहास देखिए, उनका लक्ष्य आप हो, वो आपको नहीं छोड़ेंगे। खैर, वो आपको देखना है। और माननीय अध्यक्ष जी, ये सारे लोग सिद्धांतों की मुझे दुहाई दे रहे थे। मैं पूछना चाहता हूं, तृणमूल कांग्रेस और कम्युनिस्ट पार्टी आज एक मंच पर है, किस सिद्धांत के तहत है? जरा बताइए तो मुझे, किस सिद्धांत के तहत है? पूरा जीवन एक तृणमूल कांग्रेस पार्टी का जन्म ही कम्युनिस्टों का विरोध करते हुए हुआ है। कांग्रेस पार्टी से वो इसलिए अलग हुए कि नरसिम्हा राव जी ने कम्युनिस्ट पार्टी से हाथ मिला लिए और आज सत्ता प्राप्त करने के लिए वो इनके साथ बैठे। एक कांग्रेस पार्टी और कम्युनिस्ट पार्टी केरल में तो यूडीएफ एलडीएफ कर एक दूसरे की जान लेने पर आमादा है और वहां इलू कर रहे हैं। माननीय अध्यक्ष जी, ये जनता दल, ये जेडीएस, माननीय अध्यक्ष जी, जेडीएस, ये नीतीश कुमार जी है। जेडीयू ये नीतीश कुमार जी है, जिनकी राजनीति चारा घोटाले का विरोध कर हुई। इनके राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष लल्लन सिंह जी कहते थे, मैं पान का बनवारी बन जाऊंगा मगर कांग्रेस पार्टी के साथ नहीं जाऊंगा, लालू के साथ नहीं जाऊंगा। मान्यवर, ये साथ में आ गए। साथ में क्यों आए? मान्यवर, ये साथ में क्यों आए हैं? ये साथ में इसलिए आए हैं कि उनको भरोसा है कि अकेले कुछ हो नहीं सकता, इकट्ठा हो जाओ तो कुछ तो कर पाएंगे। मगर मैं आज बताना चाहता हूं मान्यवर, और 5-10 लोगों को जोड़ दो, कुछ नहीं होने वाला है। 24 मई में फिर से नरेंद्र मोदी प्रधानमंत्री मान्यवर। मान्यवर श्री संजय राउत ने कहा, मान्यवर श्री संजय राउत ने कहा
I know, but just take it. Don't get agitated, sir. We will have a good transactional business. Yes, leader of the opposition. Your point of order, sir.
देखिए, जरा मुझे 2 मिनट चांस दीजिए बस। देखिए, शाह साहब उन्होंने ऑर्डिनेंस पे बोल रहे हैं, ठीक है, लेकिन ऑर्डिनेंस को छोड़ के वो हमारे इमरजेंसी से लेकर और अब तक जो आगे 2024 में, अरे भाई चुप, सब आधे कांग्रेस के हैं इसमें, आधे कांग्रेस में है। देखिए, आप भी सब आप भी थे। तो सर, मेरा एक ही निवेदन है कि शाह साहब अच्छे भाषा में बोलते हैं, हिंदी में अच्छा, जैसा अंग्रेजी में हार्वर्ड को उन्होंने बोले कि अच्छे शब्दों में, ऐसा वैसा ही वो भी हिंदी में बहुत अच्छे तरीके से व्याकरणबद्ध हिंदी बोल रहे हैं, ठीक है। लेकिन क्या बोल रहे हैं कि 2024 के इलेक्शन को वो संदेश दे रहे हैं यहाँ से कि हम जीतेंगे।
माननीय खड़गे जी,
और
एक सेकंड
और अपोजिशन का पूरा
माननीय खड़गे जी,
अपोजिशन के टीका टिप्पणी कर रहे हैं। आप अपने विषय पे बोलिए।
माननीय खड़गे जी, आप डिबेट में करीब पूरे समय रहे हैं, और डिबेट में आप करीब पूरे समय रहे हैं, पर कुछ समय आप नहीं थे। मैं आपको कह सकता हूं कि आप रिकॉर्ड को देखिए, सभी सदस्यगण ने अपने भाषणों के अंदर जो आयाम अपनाया है उसका रिस्पॉन्स है।
ये नहीं,
ये ऑनरेबल होम मिनिस्टर,
खड़गे साहब, मैं ध्यान रखता हूं। मान्यवर, मैं खड़गे जी का बैठ जाओ। मान्यवर, मैं खड़गे जी का धन्यवाद करता हूं। इन्होंने मान्यवर, मैं खड़गे जी का धन्यवाद करना चाहता हूं कि इन्होंने मुझे सदन की उच्च परंपराओं का ध्यान दिलाया। मैंने सदन की परंपराओं का ध्यान रखते हुए सटल वे में मेरी बात कही थी, परंतु मान्यवर, मैंने सटल वे में ही करी थी। मैसेज आधा अधूरा गया था, खड़गे जी ने पूरा मैसेज डाल दिया, इसलिए मैं उनका धन्यवाद करना चाहता हूं। मान्यवर, संजय राउत जी ने कहा कि मोदी जी विदेश जाते हैं तो उनका सम्मान होता है, कोई उनका ऑटोग्राफ मांगता है, कोई उनको झुककर नमन करता है, कोई उनसे अपॉइंटमेंट मांगता है, कोई मोदी इज द बॉस कहता है। वो सम्मान मोदी जी का नहीं है, देश का सम्मान। मैं यही कहना चाहता हूं, हमारे मन में कोई मुगलता नहीं है कि नरेंद्र मोदी व्यक्ति का सम्मान है। ये नरेंद्र मोदी नाम के देश के प्रधानमंत्री का सम्मान। मगर इतने सारे देश के राष्ट्रपति, प्रधानमंत्री, राष्ट्राध्यक्ष भारत के प्रधानमंत्री को सम्मान देते हैं। इससे देखकर आप भी जरा देना चालू करो तो थोड़ा अच्छा दिखेगा। मान्यवर, कम्युनिस्ट पार्टी के 2 सदस्यों ने मेरी पार्टी का उल्लेख देकर कहा कि मेरी पार्टी का आजादी के आंदोलन में कोई इतिहास नहीं है, हिस्सा नहीं। सुनिए, मगर मैं उनके एक व्यवहारिक जनरल नॉलेज पर क्वेश्चन उठाना चाहता हूं कि जो व्यक्ति का, मतलब इंस्टीट्यूशन के नाते कहता हूं, जो पार्टी का जन्म ही 1950 में हुआ हो, वो आजादी के आंदोलन में कैसे हिस्सा ले सकते हैं भैया? हमारी पार्टी का जन्म ही 1950 में हुआ, हम कैसे आजादी का आंदोलन लड़ेंगे? मान्यवर, मगर कई ऐसे हमारे फाउंडर मेंबर थे, श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी से लेकर कई सारे। आज बंगाल अगर भारत में है तो श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी के कारण है, और अगर आज कश्मीर भारत में है तो श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी के कारण। और मान्यवर, ये कह रहे थे ये नागपुर से इशारा आता है, नागपुर से। ठीक है भाई, चलो 1 सेकंड के लिए मेरी बात मान लो, नागपुर से इशारा आता है, आपकी बात को मैं मान लेता हूं, मगर नागपुर तो भारत का हिस्सा है, रसिया या चीन नहीं है। आपकी पार्टी तो रसिया और चीन से इशारा लेती थी। मान्यवर, ये मुझे क्या कह रहे हैं? कम्युनिस्ट पार्टी बात कर रही है देशभक्ति की, कम्युनिस्ट पार्टी देशभक्ति की बात कर रही है। मान्यवर, इनको ये ठीक नहीं लगता। मान्यवर, चिदंबरम साहब ने कहा कि दिल्ली के लिए भी बीजेपी का अधिकार नहीं, दिल्ली में बीजेपी की 2 बार सरकार नहीं हुई। तो भाई, अगर यही सिद्धांत है तो आपको तो बोलने का ही अधिकार नहीं है। आपके तो ना संसद सदस्य है, ना धारासभा में कोई सदस्य है। हमारे कम से कम 7 संसद सदस्य भारतीय जनता पार्टी के। और यही थियरी को माने तो विपक्ष के नेता ने ढेर सारे राज्यों के लिए वो बोल ही नहीं पाए। यूपी के लिए नहीं बोल पाएंगे, बिहार के लिए नहीं बोल पाएंगे, बंगाल के लिए नहीं बोल पाएंगे, ओडिशा में नहीं बोल पाएंगे, नॉर्थ ईस्ट में। ये सदन का हर सदस्य देश के झर्रे झर्रे के लिए चप्पे बोल सकते। किस तरह से देश के गृह मंत्री को रिस्ट्रिक्ट करना चाहते हैं? मान्यवर, मैं सदन का सदस्य हूं तो भी देश के किसी भी हिस्से के लिए चिंता करने का मेरा अधिकार है और संविधान दत्त अधिकार। मान्यवर, किस प्रकार की बात इतने सीनियर व्यक्ति करते हैं? मान्यवर, मान्यवर, मणिपुर के लिए भी मैंने सदन से पहले ही आपको पत्र लिखा है कि मणिपुर के लिए चर्चा के लिए मैं तैयार हूं। आज भी कहता हूं, अभी 11 तारीख बाकी है, हमें कुछ छिपाना नहीं है। छुपाना आपको है जो चर्चा होने नहीं देते हो, आपको छुपाना है। और मैं कहता हूं मान्यवर, 11 तारीख को चर्चा खड़गे जी कह दे, मैं कहता हूं इसी तरह से सुन नहीं पाएंगे मान्यवर, नहीं सुन पाएंगे। और इसीलिए मणिपुर पर चर्चा करने के लिए तैयार। मान्यवर, उनको मालूम है कि बिजनेस एडवाइजरी कमेटी समय तय करती है। मैं अभी देश की जनता के सामने कहता हूं, 11 तारीख को, एक सेकंड, सुन लिया, बैठिए। मान्यवर, मैं सदन के सामने स्पष्टता करना चाहता हूं, ये ये चर्चा वो 267 के तहत चाहते हैं। एक सेकंड बैठ जाओ 267 के तहत चाहते हैं, जिसमें मतदान का प्रावधान है। मान्यवर, ये प्रावधान क्यों बना है? जब कोई सरकार बजट के तुरंत बाद अल्पमत में आ जाए और कोई बिल ही न लाए, तो राज्यसभा में अविश्वास की दरखास्त का कोई प्रोविजन नहीं है, तो राज्यसभा में वोटिंग के साथ चर्चा हो, इसलिए रूल्स लाया गया है। यहाँ तो हम हर रोज बिल लेकर आते हैं, भाई गिरा दो बिल, बहुमत है, ये बिल गिरा दो, लो ये बिल ही गिरा दो, ये बिल गिरा दो। मान्यवर, मुझे बताइए, देश की जनता देख रही है, क्या हासिल है वोटिंग से? क्या हासिल है? सवालात मणिपुर की स्थिति, मणिपुर की चिंता और सरकार ने उठाए गए कदम पर चर्चा करने चाहते हैं, या वोटिंग से शो ऑफ स्ट्रेंथ करना चाहते हैं? और वोटिंग से शो ऑफ स्ट्रेंथ करनी है तो भी हम डरते नहीं है, इसी बिल में कर लीजिए, अभी दूध का दूध और पानी का पानी। मान्यवर, 11 तारीख को चर्चा के लिए खड़गे साहब हाँ बोल दे, मैं सदन में चर्चा के लिए तैयार हूं। मान्यवर, ऐसा है जयराम जी, आपको भी मालूम है अभी नहीं हो सकती। कल अविश्वास का प्रस्ताव है, आपको मालूम है। मान्यवर, देश की जनता सुन ले, 8, 9 और 10 अविश्वास का प्रस्ताव है, इसलिए मुझे कह रही है कि आज 8, 9, 10 में चर्चा करिए। कांग्रेस पार्टी ही लाई है, और मैंने सदन के पहले दिन से आपको पत्र लिखा है मान्यवर, कि सदन में कितनी भी लंबी चर्चा के लिए मैं तैयार हूं, मैं हर बात का जवाब दूंगा, और ये मेरा संवैधानिक दायित्व है। मगर जब लोकसभा में अविश्वास प्रस्ताव पर चर्चा होती हो, तब ये चाहते हैं मैं यहां बैठूं। मान्यवर, इनको अविश्वास प्रस्ताव वही लेकर आए हैं, मगर इसकी संवैधानिक महत्व का मालूम नहीं है। अविश्वास का प्रस्ताव होता है, मैं वो सदन का सदस्य हूं, मुझे वहां रहना पड़ता है मान्यवर। और 11 तारीख में क्या बुराई है? 11 तारीख में क्या बुराई है? मान्यवर, चर्चा से भाग रहे हैं, ये चर्चा नहीं चाहते हैं मान्यवर, होने नहीं देते हैं। इसलिए मैं कहता हूं मान्यवर कि चर्चा करनी नहीं है, और चर्चा करे तब बोलकर भाग जाना है। आज अच्छा है, कम से कम एकता दिखाने के लिए वोटिंग करने के लिए बैठे हैं, चलो वो बहाने से भी बैठकर संविधान के नियमों के हिसाब से, संसद के नियमों के हिसाब से चर्चा करी, इसके लिए धन्यवाद। मेरा पूरा सदन से मान्यवर निवेदन है कि जो मैं विधेयक लेकर आया हूं, इसको पारित किया।
I shall first put the statutory resolution moved by Sri A.D. Singh to vote. Please. Honorable members, please. I shall now put, please, Shanti. Sabhi, please. I shall first put the statutory resolution moved by Sri A.D. Singh to vote. The question is put. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the noes have it, the statutory resolution is negative. I shall now put the amendment moved by Sri Trichu Siva for reference of the Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi Amendment Bill 2023 as passed by Lok Sabha to a select committee of the Rajya Sabha to vote. The question is that the bill further to amend the Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi Act 1991 as passed by Lok Sabha be referred to a select committee of the Rajya Sabha consisting of the following members: Sri Trichu Siva, Sri Abdul Wahab, Sri Derek O'Brien, Dr. K. Kesav Rao, Sri Sushil Kumar Gupta, Dr. John Britas, Sri Shakti Singh Gohil, Srimati Vandana Chauhan, Professor Manoj Kumar Jha, Sri Vinay Vishwam, Sri Sanjay Raut, Professor Ram Gopal Yadav, with the instruction to report by the last day of the first week of the next 261 first session of the Rajya Sabha. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the noes have it, the noes have it, the noes have it. The amendment is negative. The amendment is negative. I shall now put the amendment moved by Dr. John Britas for reference of the Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi Amendment Bill 2023 as passed by Lok Sabha to a select committee of the Rajya Sabha to vote. The question is that the bill further to amend the Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi Act 1991 as passed by Lok Sabha be referred to a select committee of the Rajya Sabha consisting of the following members: Sri Vikas Ranjan Bhattacharya, Dr. John Britas, Professor Manoj Kumar Jha, Sri Elam Aram Karim, Sri Jose K. Mani, Sri A. Rahim, Sri Trichu Siva, Dr. V. Sivadasan, with instructions to report by the last day of the first week of the next 261 first session of the Rajya Sabha. Those in favor will please say aye. Aye. Those against will please say no. I think the noes have it, the noes have it, the noes have it. The amendment is negative. I shall now put the amendment moved by Sri Raghav Chadha for reference of the Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi Amendment Bill 2023 as passed by Lok Sabha to a select committee of the Rajya Sabha to vote. The question is that the bill further to amend the Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi Act 1991 as passed by Lok Sabha be referred to a select committee of the Rajya Sabha consisting of the following members: Sri Narhari Amin, Sri Ajit Kumar Bhuiya, Dr. John Britas, Sri Raghav Chadha, Srimati Priyanka Chaturvedi, Sri Sushil Kumar Gupta, Sri Dipender Singh Hooda, Professor Manoj Kumar Jha, Dr. Fauzia Khan, Srimati S. Fongan Konyak, Sri Sukhendu Sekhar Roy, Dr. Sasmit Patra, Sri Jairam Ramesh, Sri S. Niranjan Reddy, Sri Kapil Sibbal, Sri Tiruchi Siva, Dr. M. Thambi Durai, Dr. Sudhanshu Trivedi, Professor Ram Gopal Yadav. No point of order during division. With instructions to report by the last day of the first week of the next 21st session of the Rajya Sabha. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no.
बहुत गंभीर व्यवस्था का प्रश्न है। एक सेकंड। ये दोनों सम्मानीय सदस्य कह रहे हैं, मान्यवर ये दोनों सम्मानीय सदस्य कह रहे हैं कि इन्होंने ये मोशन को साइन नहीं किया। अब ये जांच का विषय है कि ये मोशन कैसे साइन हुआ और राघव चड्ढा जी ने इसको मूव किया है। मान्यवर इनका सिग्नेचर किसने किया है, ये जांच का विषय है। मान्यवर ऐसे नहीं चलता है। मान्यवर अब ये मामला सिर्फ दिल्ली सरकार में फर्जी पड़ने का नहीं है, ये सदन के अंदर फर्जी पड़ने का मामला है। मान्यवर ऐसा कैसे चलता है? मान्यवर मेरा आपसे निवेदन है कि दोनों सदस्यों का स्टेटमेंट रिकॉर्ड पर लिया जाए अभी और बाद में इसकी जांच की जाए कि ये कैसे हुआ।
माननीय सदन खड़े हो प्लीज 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 प्लीज।
Sir, rule, sir, I'd like to draw your attention to Rule 72.2. Rule 72.2, sir. Just one second. 72.2. It says, no member shall be appointed to a select committee if he is not willing to serve on the committee. The mover, and I repeat again, the mover shall ascertain whether a member proposed to be named by him is willing to serve on the committee. Sir, no such discussion has been done by me.
Thank you.
My name has been taken without my permission,
Dr.
sir.
Sasmit Patra
This
ji,
is a matter
please,
of privilege. How did my name come up there?
Take your case.
I do not
Please
understand.
take your.
This is completely wrong, sir. This is a privilege issue, sir.
माननीय सदस्य, प्लीज 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 टेक योर सीट्स, प्लीज प्लीज सस्मित पात्रा जी, प्लीज 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 अपनी अपनी माननीय सदस्यगण अपनी अपनी सीट पर बैठे, प्लीज ऑल लेडी 4 सदस्यों ने एक कंप्लेन भेजा है. दिस विल बी इंक्वायर्ड, इसकी जांच होगी कैसे. ऑलरेडी
मान्यवर ये पांचों के
प्लीज
मान्यवर ये पांचों सदस्यों का नाम आसन की ओर से उद्घोषित किया जाए या उनको बोलने की मंजूरी दी जाए और इसका रिकॉर्ड बनाकर ये प्रिविलेज का मामला है मान्यवर, इसको प्रिविलेज कमेटी में भेजा जाए. हम तो यहाँ चर्चा कर रहे थे, फर्जीवाड़ा दिल्ली सरकार में चल रहा है, ये सदन की कार्यवाही में फर्जीवाड़ा
yes please, no please, no please. Only your intervention go on record, please.
Deputy Chairman, sir, I have not given my number. I have not signed. How this is a misuse? It's a privilege of my. Somebody is misused my name. You have to take any action. Allow me to. I am joining that. You are whoever.
माननीय सदस्यगण, माननीय
My name I have not given.
कोन्याक जी, प्लीज कोन्याक जी, please.
Deputy Chairman, sir, under Rule 72.2, I object. Also, sir, I understand that the honourable member thinks he's smart. I accept that.
Please.
But I would appreciate that he would not undermine another member by taking our names without our consent, sir. Sir, I object.
माननीय सदस्यगण, जिन लोगों के नाम उनकी सहमति के बगैर दिए गए हैं, उसकी जांच होगी, प्लीज, उसकी जांच होगी, प्लीज. Now I will read the operating para. He has told. मैंने आपका नाम लिया है, इसमें
फर्जी की नाम लिखा है मेरा.
Please, I will now read. Those in favor will please say aye. Those in favor will please say aye. Please, those in favor. I'm going ahead. Please, no. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the no's have it, the amendment is negative. I shall now put the motion moved by Sri Amit Shah to vote. The question is that the Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi Amendment Bill 2023 as passed by Lok Sabha be taken into consideration. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion is adopted. We shall now take up, honorable members, clause by clause consideration of the bill. Clause 2 stands part of the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, Clause 2 is adopted. Clause 3 stands part of the bill. There are 8 amendments. Number 11 by Sri Elamaram Karim. Okay. Number 37 to 39 by Sri P. Wilson. Thank you. Number 43 to 44 by Professor Manoj Kumar Jha.
Sir, I do move.
Okay. Number 57 and 58 by Sri A. Rahim. Thank you. Amendments moved. I shall first put the amendment moved by Sri Elamaram Karim to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the noes have it, the noes have it, the noes have it. The amendment is negative. I shall now put the amendments moved by Sri P. Wilson to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the noes have it, the noes have it, the noes have it. The amendments are negative. I shall now put amendments moved by Professor Manoj Kumar Jha to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the noes have it, the noes have it, the noes have it. The amendments are negative. I shall now put the amendments moved by Sri A. Rahim to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the noes have it, the noes have it, the noes have it. The amendments are negative. I shall now put clause 3 to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Clause 3 is adopted. Clause 4 stands part of the bill. There are 69 amendments. Number 1 to 4 by Sri Trichu Siva. Number 5 to 10 by Sri Sandosh Kumar P. Number 12 to 36 by Sri Elamaram Karim. Number 40 by Sri P. Wilson.
The people killed, I move.
Number 45 to 52 by Professor Manoj Kumar Jha.
Sir, what else? I do move.
Number 53 to 56 by Sri M. Sammugam. Number 59 to 79 by Sri A. Rahim. Amendments moved. I shall first put the amendments moved by Sri Trichu Siva to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the noes have it, the noes have it, the noes have it. The amendments are negative. I shall now put amendments moved by Sri Sandosh Kumar P to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the noes have it, the noes have it, the noes have it. The amendments are negative. I shall now put the amendments moved by Sri Elamaram Karim to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the noes have it, the noes have it, the noes have it. The amendments are negative. I shall now put the amendment moved by Sri P. Wilson to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the noes have it, the noes have it, the noes have it. The amendment is negative. I shall now put the amendments moved by Professor Manoj Kumar Jha to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the noes have it, the noes have it, the noes have it. The amendments are negative. I shall now put the amendments moved by Sri M. Sammugam to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the noes have it, the noes have it, the noes have it. The amendments are negative. I shall now put the amendments moved by Sri A. Rahim to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the noes have it, the noes have it, the noes have it. The amendments are negative. I shall now put clause 4 to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Clause 4 is adopted. Clause 5 stands part of the bill. There are two amendments. Number 41 by Sri P. Wilson. Number 42 by Sri Raghav Chadha. Amendments moved. I shall first put the amendment moved by Sri P. Wilson to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the noes have it, the noes have it, the noes have it. The amendment is negative. I shall now put the amendment moved by Sri Raghav Chadha to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the noes have it, the noes have it, the noes have it. The amendment is negative. I shall now put clause 5 to vote. Please, silence.
Fireworks in Parliament in the Rajya Sabha as it debates the Delhi Services Bill. It will most definitely get passed in the upper house as well because the NDA comfortably has the numbers. But major controversy breaking out there in the upper house as the amendments that were moved by certain individual members in this bill were being debated and being put to vote. A certain set of amendments moved by the Aam Aadmi Party Member of Parliament Raghav Chadha was objected to by members of other parties because they claimed that their names and their permission was not sought before using their names as part of members of committee, to which Raghav Chadha had suggested an amendment that this bill be referred to. 5 members belonging to different political parties, AIADMK, the BJD, etc., raised an objection, called it a breach of privilege, that their name was used without their consent. That has become a huge talking point. But the debate is over, the voting is underway, and like I said, the NDA is comfortably ahead in terms of the numbers. It is well past the 125 mark, may even pass 130, because both the BJD and the YSR Congress have decided to back the NDA on this Delhi Services Bill. So it has been passed in the Lok Sabha and it will be passed in moments from now in the Rajya Sabha. But what is this doing for opposition unity? Because even before Project Opposition Unity took off, now it seems like it is unraveling because the Home Minister, in a no-holds-barred attack, has completely hit out both at the Aam Aadmi Party as well as the Congress and this India alliance, saying despite all of these parties coming together, it is Mr. Modi who will win in 2024. So, even as we stay on these pictures, let me introduce our guests who are joining us from the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP. It's not so much the bill or the contents of this bill, but really what has happened in Parliament, which has now suddenly taken centre stage. Jasmine Shah of the Aam Aadmi Party is joining us, RP Singh of the BJP, and R. Rajagopalan, senior journalist. Jasmine, I'm sure you were following very closely the proceedings of that debate in the Rajya Sabha. Now, 5 members of the Rajya Sabha have taken offence to the fact and objected to the fact that their names were used without consent by one of your members, Mr. Raghav Chadha of the Aam Aadmi Party, and the chair has said that there will be an investigation. They are alleging that this is breach of privilege. Please respond.
Zaka, I think this is a matter of parliamentary protocol, and I think we should rest the matter with what the chair has said. He has referred this matter. He said he'll refer it to an investigation and let the investigation happen. Absolutely no question. The big question today on the table is that, and we'll wait for the voting results to come, but it looks like that the BJP and its alliance partners are determined to give a death blow to democracy in Delhi. They have today shown to the people of the nation that wherever we will fail to win by electoral means, we will go ahead, we will change the acts of the parliament, we will even supplant the constitution in illegal and undemocratic ways just because we cannot allow an opposition party to rule for so many years. And this is today the worrying feature of BJP, that by hook or by crook, I will make sure that only my writ will run large. Whatever the people of Delhi, whoever they have chosen, their vote will not have any meaning after today's Zaka. Every viewer seeing your show today, they are living in Delhi, should know.
Jasmine, that no, you're already seeing tweets from BJP leaders saying that, you know, first it was Sharab Gotala, now there's a Gotala happening inside Parliament as well, where names of members of Parliament have been taken without their consent. What they're trying to say is that your party is also involved in all these acts of omission and commission.
So who is the judge for that? Is BJP the judge of whether an opposition party has committed something or not committed something? Let the BJP declare that we are dismantling the legal structure in India. Let the BJP dismantle, say that there is no point of any elections. We will, sitting in the center, decide who is guilty, who is not. And if in our eyes somebody is guilty, they will not have power to govern. Doesn't matter what the 2 crore people, 62 out of 70. A historic mandate for Arvind Kejriwal, not once but twice, Zaka. But BJP here has the courage to say that we know better than the people of
RP
Delhi.
Singh,
This is
RP Singh,
going
ever
back,
since this
probably in
bill
the
was
pre-independence
brought,
era.
both first in the Lok Sabha, now in the Rajya Sabha, the contention of the Aam Aadmi Party, contention of the entire India alliance has been that you are doing this to A, undermine opposition unity, to undermine the AAP government here, and to undermine the people's mandate, which, as Jasmine said, the Aam Aadmi Party has got in Delhi twice over, not a small mandate, both times above 60 out of 70 seats. RP Singh.
Well, yeah, thank you, Jaka. I just heard Yasmin Shah using words like illegal and undemocratic. What they did in the Rajya Sabha was illegal. And then members has on record stated that our name was not there. We never gave any consent. And it's undemocratic also, both ways. And look who's talking about illegality and talking about democracy. When people who calls the chief secretary at home and thrash him at 12 o'clock at midnight, people who break open the vigilance secretary's office and then tampered with their files, people who call the secretaries and threaten the secretaries that you sign as per our dotted lines, or we will sack you, and secretaries have filed their complaints. The IS officers have filed the complaint that we can't function like this. They are basically anarchists, and then they have proven again and again they believe only in anarchy. This is proven in the parliament also. And then they want to cover up their track of corruption. That's why they want bureaucracy to function as per them. There are serious charges and serious investigation happening. Already 2 ministers are in jail. And there are more cases which are now in offing, which is right from the BSES, the electricity department, to the Jal Board, to the transport department, to the sheesh mahal of the chief minister. And then they want to cover up that. And that's why they want bureaucracy to work under the thumb. And this bill will help with more better transparency in the system, and then will allow the this confusion to be clear out that this government wants to run as per their will. I mean, they don't want to go by the constitution. They just want to run the government as per their will, and then they think it's their way or highway. That's the problem.
Mr. Rajagopalan is also joining us. I'll also take a tweet in a moment. This is the first BJP reaction to what has happened in Parliament. But Mr. Rajagopalan, what are you saying about what transpired just now in the Rajya Sabha as we are awaiting the results of the vote on the Delhi Services Bill that has been moved in the Rajya Sabha by the Home Minister? The fact that 5 members of Parliament objected after it was read out by the chair that the bill be referred to a committee which comprises of them. Now they are saying their consent was never asked for in the first place. Your response to that, and then I'll go across to the tweet deck.
Jaka, I have covered Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha for the past 40 years. From 1977 onwards, I have been covering. Never happened, never heard such type of fraud committed on the Rajya Sabha. And moreover, it's a black day in the Indian parliamentary democracy because you cannot do a criminal act inside the parliament. Therefore, tomorrow main story would be, Jaka, from my understanding as a newsman, the bill may be passed or defeated, but the story of 5 members' name have been taken without their consent, without their forged signatures. These are all certain things. Somnath Chatterjee, as a Speaker of Lok Sabha, has suspended 12 MPs and disqualified them for cash for scam. And moreover, during the 123 American Energy Bill, crores of rupees were tabled in the Parliament House. So therefore, such type of witness I saw in Lok Sabha.
Okay.
This is the first
Come
time.
to you in just one second. I've got that tweet of Shehzad Poonawala open. This has been the dramatic developments over the last 15 minutes or so in the House, in the upper house, the Rajya Sabha, as it was debating this bill, the Delhi Services Bill. There was an allegation by 5 members of parliament of different parties, the BJD, the AIDMK, there was an independent member as well, and I believe one from the BJP as well, who took objection to the fact that Raghav Chadha had used their name without their consent. This is the tweet that's been put out by Shehzad Poonawala of the BJP. Sharab Gotala, Sheesh Mahal Gotala, Aam Aadmi Party has done Gotala in motion moved inside the Rajya Sabha as well. Shocking boss. what frauds. Raghav Chadha has committed clear violation of parliamentary privilege by invoking the names of MPs without their consent. So, Jasmine, this is more than just, the fact that the chair has referred this to an investigation to find out how the names of these individuals was used without their consent. This is about how the BJP will now use this to paint the narrative that your party is a Ghotala party.
Well, Saka, what is new? I think BJP for the longest time has always chosen never to compete with an opposition party like Aam Aadmi Party by building better schools, by building better clinics, by actually appealing to the sense of the voters of Delhi. No, they will abuse the entire law and order machinery. More than 150 cases filed by CBI, by Delhi police on Aam Aadmi Party leaders over the last 8 years. Has conviction been obtained even in one of them, Azaka? Not a single one. So it's very fine to say, yahan pe sheesh magal Ghotala, Sharab Ghotala. You have failed to obtain any conviction. Your only and only motive today is harass a democratically elected government. And by doing so, you have today has become a black day in Indian democracy. You have abused your power. And I'm telling you,
what happened to the semi-final?
Sooner or later, the Supreme Court is bound to overturn this patently unconstitutional bill that has been passed in the parliament.
All right, R. Rajagopal, and then final word, RP Singh. I've got to wrap up in a minute, please. Yeah, 30 seconds each.
Jaka, I want to congratulate for the new studio CNN and IBN, and I am the first person to join this. Congratulations to you, number one.
Thank you.
Because it looks very well. As a newsman, I must compliment the designer and also your management and particularly your team. Apart from that,
thank you.
BJP will use these 5 MPs as an election issue in 2024. Tomorrow in the no confidence motion, Zaka, you are taking it for granted. Narendra Modi will speak on the floor of the house, and for such party, Congress is supporting. Narendra Modi will hit Congress, not Aam Aadmi Party. And I apprehend, once it goes to the privileges motion, privileges notice, I fear that the 5 members will also say that Raghav Chadha should be suspended for the rest of the session.
Okay.
Something is going to happen because these are all certain speculations. But anyway,
all right, RP Singh,
Narendra
final
Modi
30 seconds. I also believe that the final vote is happening right now, so we'll cut to that as well. RP Singh, final word. Once again, the Aam Aadmi Party is saying that democracy as we know it in Delhi has ended because you've virtually overturned a Supreme Court order, is what the Aam Aadmi Party is saying.
Well, they are telling the half truth. The truth is that Supreme Court said that if need be, center can bring amendment and then that will be acceptable by one and all. But issue is again, the Ghotala party, they did Ghotala in Sheesh Mahal, they did Ghotala everywhere, and they did the Ghotala in the parliament. I mean, we've never seen. This will be history in itself. That something of this sort has happened in the parliament. I seriously, in my memory of the Indian politics, I never heard something like that.
Okay.
That someone can cheat or forge signature of the member of parliament.
All right, we'll have to end it there. I'm sorry for the truncated debate because of what was happening in the House. As we end, we'll leave you with pictures of what's going on in the upper house. The voice vote has just happened. I believe one of the members has asked for a division. Therefore, now the division of votes will take place.
Presented by.
Ultimately, the matter will go to the Supreme Court again, and the Supreme Court will decide. I am talking of the merits of the bill as I see them, or demerits of the bill as I see them. Okay. I think the only demerit of the bill that I see is that the Chief Minister should not be heading the Civil Services Authority.
Interesting.
The recommendations of the Civil Services Authority should go through him, to the Lieutenant Governor. The Civil Services Authority,
okay.
You can imagine the position of...
So I take that argument, and I'll also ask my team to fix a bit of echo that we're getting in your voice. We'll just fix that. Mr. RP Singh is also with us on the broadcast. Mr. Singh, coming to you, and I hope you can hear me this time. The Aam Aadmi Party argues that this entire move by the BJP or by the union government, it just doesn't reek of political rivalry or political malafide intent, but it's a clear indication of constitution being subverted. You heard what Mr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi said on the floor of the House. You also had Mr. P. Chidambaram saying that 3 words have been killed, which is aid and advice, which was central to the functioning of the national capital. Mr. Singh.
Well, before I start, let me make it clear. Mr. Singhvi is a legal advisor or probably is a lawyer for the Delhi government, and he is representing Delhi government. So he would be representing them in the parliament also. But that point aside, the issue is what? As per last judgment of the Supreme Court, on page number 66, para 95, it categorically states that central government can bring ordinance or bill, and everyone will have to abide by that. Under section 239A 3B, it is clear that yes, the amendment can be done by the center. What's wrong in it? I mean, there's nothing unconstitutional in that.
That's what the AAP is saying, that because the BJP is scared of the work, that is why they have subverted the Supreme Court judgment. RP Singh ji, agar aapko meri awaaz aa rahi hai. Sir, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
My question to you is, we were hearing Mr. Chirag Sethi from the Aam Aadmi Party.
Yes, I can hear you now.
And the Aam Aadmi Party is making an argument that the BJP is resorting to these tactics, to these legislative means and moves, because it's scared of the work which is being done by the AAP in the National Capital Territory. Respond to that argument, sir. All right, it seems like we're having problem with the audio of Mr. RP Singh. I'll just ask my team to fix that. Onika ji, coming to you, taking in a word from you, despite the best possible efforts of the Aam Aadmi Party, with the Congress Party also being on board, it was something that they were seeking with the opposition alliance, that everybody should come together and oppose this ordinance / bill, which is all set to be passed. But this political opposition hasn't yielded tangible results. Are you disappointed?
No, not at all. Ma'am, please understand, time and again, it is seen that the BJP cannot digest the legal, constitutional authority of an elected government. Be it money power, muscle power, whichever way, they want to crush it. Or, do horse trading or dismantle the elected government. So there are ways and means. They might use the authority of the parliament. They might show that they are, absolutely clear about the rules and regulation. But the undercurrent is that they cannot relish anybody but themselves being in power. And this is going to cause very deadly to the Bharatiya Janata Party. They are a scared lot. They are worried because they know very well that they might have formed an NDA with 38 foster children, but the INDIA India, stands for a purpose. The purpose is not to allow this country to fall prey to divisive politics, to, communal rights. You've seen what's happening all around.
I want to first clarify before I ask you the next question. In my individual learned and limited capacity, I believe that any time a constitution bench judgment of a Supreme Court is overturned, any government should be very duly cautious. And that takes me back to history. There are 2 to 3 occasions which I can remember where the Supreme Court judgments, constitution bench judgments, were subverted, and it was during the Congress tenure of former Prime Minister Mrs. Indira Gandhi and Mr. Rajiv Gandhi.
I agree completely, but understand what was done then and what is being done today. The service bill has been revoked. Please understand that the whole purpose is not to allow our elected CM to voice out his opinion or to get some work done. Irrespective which party it is. The trouble that here is that you have to a chief secretary and lieutenant governor and the chief minister left with no veto power. So ultimately, any which way, the lieutenant governor is always in a confrontation mode, be it Delhi or be it any Indian state where the BJP is not ruling. So that stops the elected government to function in its full-fledged form. After all, people of Delhi have elected a particular party and they expect work to be done.
We are waiting for the BJP to also join into this discussion. Mr. RP Singh will be back with us in just a bit. Mr. Umesh Sehgal, who is the former Chief Secretary of Delhi, is joining us on the broadcast. Good evening, sir. Thank you so much for speaking with us. As we talk about this bill, the developments which are set to happen in Rajya Sabha, what are your thoughts on the move of the union government? The Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress and the entire INDIA, the opposition lot, argues that this is crippling of an elected government. Yes, Delhi has a special status, a special arrangement.
All right, welcome back. We're having continuing coverage tonight because of the voting that is happening on the Delhi Services Bill. It's happening in the Rajya Sabha even as we speak. You can see the chair there giving instructions to the members of the upper house. The voting has just happened. The machines there are not working. They have to do physical votes on papers, and those ballots will then get counted. So it is going to take some time, this entire process. You can see the chair there giving instructions to the various members of the upper house. Remember, the lower house, the Lok Sabha, has already passed this bill, but there was high drama in the Rajya Sabha with 5 members of the upper house accusing Raghav Chadha of using their names without their consent. The BJP has taken that one step further and said that Mr. Chadha was indulging in forgery of sorts without obtaining the consent of the respective members that he had named or suggested for that bill to be referred to a select committee. So let's go live to Parliament, to the Rajya Sabha, to see what exactly is going on there. The members have voted. It is on paper this time because the machines are not working and the counting is happening even as we speak. Let's cut to the Rajya Sabha. Is now joining us on the phone line. So Payal, high drama there in the Rajya Sabha with 5 members led by the BJD's Sasmit Patra objecting to the fact that Raghav Chadha used their name without consent. What exactly happened there? Bring our viewers up to speed even as we wait for the counting of the vote to happen there in the Rajya Sabha to get the final breakup of which party has voted with which side for or against the motion. What exactly happened in the final moments as the debate concluded?
Zaka, we were all listening to the voting that was taking place as far as certain amendments are concerned. And Raghav Chadha's amendment was read out saying that he wanted to send it to a select committee. So while the names were being read out, quite a few names which sounded familiar with the BJP were also being read out. But it took a couple of moments before that actually came to the light, because Union Home Minister Amit Shah then stood up and said that there are certain names which are there in the ranks and these members are objecting, and these members saying that their names are not there. Obviously, it was a very, very rattled and a very, very angry Sasmit Patra who stood up and he said that he accused the Aam Aadmi Party of forging his name. And he said, I have not given my consent to it, neither have I signed any papers as well. And after that, Konyak, who is a member of parliament from the Rajya Sabha from Nagaland, she also stood up. Thambidurai, of course, you have Narhari Amin also, who actually stood up and he basically said that his name was not to be included. And including Sudhanshu Trivedi, who is a senior member of parliament from the Rajya Sabha. So obviously, all of these people put out their objections as well, to which Amit Shah then requested the chair to name all these MPs so that it becomes a part of the parliamentary record. And he also said that a deep investigation needs to be done on this. Amit Shah also has hit out at the Aam Aadmi Party government, saying that they are known for their fraudulent activities, and here they try to do a fraud even on the floor of the house. So far we have not heard from the Aam Aadmi Party because everybody is inside Dhaka. The voting is taking place, and since there's division which is taking place, so the lobbies have been locked. So we'll have to wait for a bit to see what response comes in from Raghav Chadha. Now, either there are two things that could have happened, Zaka. Either the signatures of these 5 MPs could have been forged and somebody else could have signed in their name, or even if Raghav Chadha signed the entire resolution with other names added, did he approve that these 5 names were there, then what really happened and what really happened, because this is probably one of the rarest of rare occasions when one has seen something like this happen on the floor of the House. And in Parliament, so obviously it's going to be a huge issue that will actually be discussed as far as this entire issue is concerned. It's going to be a huge affair is what we are given to understand.
All right, Payal, stay on with us. I want to bring you up to speed with what exactly happened there. I'm going to go across to our Twitter deck and to try and show you what exactly this entire controversy was about. As Payal was saying, as some amendments were being voted upon by members of the upper house, what happened was that some of them, at least 4 MPs, they came up as their names were being read out, and that is Sasmit Patra of the BJD. He was quoting a point of order from one of the rules of the business of the House, and he said, and after he said, the others also joined in, 4 of them in all, including Sasmit Patra, saying that their names were taken without their consent. 4 MPs claimed that their names were mentioned on the proposal to refer this bill to a select committee. Their names were mentioned in that select committee, and their claim was that it was done without their consent. That is what Sasmit Patra and 3 others have claimed. The Rajya Sabha Deputy Chairman has assured that there will be an investigation to find out what exactly happened. So it started with 2 members, and then subsequently 2 more have been added to that. It was initially Sasmit Patra of the BJD and Sudhanshu Trivedi of the BJP who objected to the fact that their names were used without their consent, and then subsequently 2 more have joined in. So now this matter will be the subject of an investigation, and they will have to take a call on what to do if this indeed is true that Raghav Chadha used the names of these members without their consent. That would mean that he could likely get suspended, or some kind of action would be taken against Raghav Chadha. But let me go across to Pallavi Ghosh, my colleague, who's also joining us as we see the voting there underway. The voting has concluded, but the counting of the ballots is underway. It is being done on physical papers because there was some technical glitch with the voting machines in the Rajya Sabha. So Pallavi, in the final, all right, I think it's being read out. The vote is being read out.
Notes 102. The motion is adopted and the bill is passed. The motion is adopted and the bill is passed. The motion is adopted and the bill is passed. Motion is adopted, bill is passed.
All right, so there you have it. The Delhi Services Bill has been passed by a significant majority in the upper house, the Rajya Sabha. The Delhi Services Bill has cleared the upper house, the second legislative hurdle that was. It passed in the Lok Sabha last week. Now it's passed in the Rajya Sabha, which means it can now go to the President for her assent, which means it will become a law that this 3-member committee of the Chief Secretary, the Home Secretary and, of course, the Chief Minister will decide on transfer and appointments of bureaucrats. It will not be just the elected government as was laid down, or at least envisaged by the Supreme Court judgment. Now, the Delhi Services Bill, as has been passed by Parliament, first the Lok Sabha and now the Rajya Sabha, will have preeminence and precedence. Let me go across to Pallavi Ghosh, who has more details on this. I was able to pick up the opposition vote figure on this. 102, I think the opposition count was. What was the count for the motion, the count on the side of the ruling party, the ruling alliance? I think it was 130 something. Pallavi Ghosh?
Well, you know, in fact, it's a very significant difference. 131 in favor, to show that the entire opposition parties were definitely not together. We have been hearing voices even during the course of the discussion, like YSR, BJP, making it very clear why they are in support of this Delhi Ordinance Bill on the grounds that it is a constitution. And, you know, if we talk about the situation at a later date, what it will keep on exposing, and something which the BJP will keep on highlighting, is the chinks as far as the whole idea of opposition unity is concerned. The India Front Alliance will not be, and at least on this key legislation, has unable to ensure that more and more parties in the opposition spectrum join hands with them. And Dhaka, this is significant because there have been efforts which have been made by some of the leaders in the India Front opposition to reach out to parties like the BJD and YSR to try and get them by their side. The point which they were trying to make is that if it can happen today to Delhi, it can happen tomorrow to you. They didn't clearly cut much ice, and it just goes on to show that it's, as of now, as far as getting the numbers on the floor, even though you don't have that advantage that you have in Lok Sabha, BJP certainly managed to show that it has the strength and a very good flow management as well.
All right, so the final numbers were 131 that was in favor of the motion, which means the motion was adopted, and 102 is what the opposition alliance happened. This is a significant jump up for the NDA. Remember, they were not in a majority to get this bill passed in the Rajya Sabha, but then surprisingly, both the BJD and the YSR Congress, Jagan Mohan's party, both decided to back this bill, and that's how they managed to get this bill almost sail through as far as the Rajya Sabha is concerned. It was 131 in favor of the motion, and the motion got adopted, and it was 102 against. So a significant, almost 20 difference between the opposition numbers and the numbers of the NDA. So Pallavi, this coming a day before the no confidence vote to be taken up in the Lok Sabha starting tomorrow, what may that mean? Because clearly, even in the Lok Sabha, the numbers game is even more starker. The NDA has well over 300, the India Alliance just about 140. But even in the Rajya Sabha, where things were supposed to be close and where the NDA did not have a majority, it seems like the numbers have sailed through as far as the NDA is concerned. This motion has sailed through with 131 members of the upper house voting in favor and only 102 voting against. So the Delhi Services Bill has now cleared what is perhaps the last legislative hurdle, which was to clear the Rajya Sabha, the upper house of parliament. Right now, it will now be sent to the president for her assent, and thereby it will become the law of the land. Now, whether there will be a further legal challenge to this, we'll have to wait and see, because remember, in the Supreme Court judgment, which came out sometime back in the month of May, I believe, in that Supreme Court judgment, it was very clearly said in paragraph 78 that Parliament can pass a law, and that judgment was not going to be a hindrance to Parliament passing a law. And that is what Parliament has done today. It has passed a law. Last week it was in the Lok Sabha, this week in the Rajya Sabha. This now becomes the law of the land, that the Delhi Services Bill now becomes a law, and that transfers, appointments of bureaucrats in Delhi will be done by the National Capital Civil Services Authority. Let me go back to Pallavi Ghosh, my colleague who's joining us. So Pallavi, you know, this number game in the Rajya Sabha, where it was supposed to be tougher for the NDA, it seems that the margin has become much wider, 131 in favor of the motion, 102 against. This coming as it does just a day before the no confidence gets taken up in the Lok Sabha, where the numbers are even more in a bigger fashion stacked up in favor of the government. What may that mean for the opposition and for this Project India Alliance, this Project Opposition Unity?
I would see this as a huge blow, because it's, if you look at the ranks of the NDA over the last few days, they have been swelling, you know, they have been getting new members, like say Chirag Paswan also joining them, Rajbar also joining them. And the message which the BJP is definitely going to send out is that we are a more attractive option, whereas the opposition parties, the India front opposition parties, despite all the efforts that they are making, they haven't got people who are new or different, who have not been a part of the India front. So they are not considered to be attractive enough. It's also going to become then easier for the BJP to label this India front as one, coming together of corrupt forces and opportunist forces. And second is not being considered lucrative enough for even other parties in the opposition benches to join them. So then the question which the BJP will ask at some point of time and closer to elections is that if the other parties do not find the India front attractive, then why should the voters even find them attractive? I think that's going to be the big key takeaway. And Jaka, it won't just stop at the passage of the Delhi Ordinance Bill in Rajya Sabha. From tomorrow onwards, the debate and discussion begins on the no confidence motion. And even the numbers over there by which the motion is likely to be defeated is going to be huge, because you're going to have the ISR, BJD already making it clear that they're going to be voting along with the government. So at the end of this monsoon session of Parliament, it's certainly going to be advantage BJP in terms of sheer numbers, and it's always going to raise a question mark over the ability of India front opposition to attract more members into its fold.
All right, just give me a moment, Pallavi. My colleague Rupashri has just put out this information that Arvind Kejriwal, the Delhi Chief Minister, will be having a press conference. I'm not sure if it's a full-fledged press conference or just a reaction by the Delhi Chief Minister. That's going to happen at 10:15 in the next couple of minutes or so. It'll be the first. All right, we have Raghav Chadda's reaction. Let's try and play that out.
The BJP is saying that you've done fraud is what the government is saying.
I will respond.
But is it true, Raghav, that those 5 names have been there? The BJP is saying that you've done fraud is what the government is saying.
I will respond.
But is it true, Raghav, that those 5 names have been there?
So Raghav Chadda, they're saying that he will respond. This is on the allegations by 5 members of parliament of the upper house saying that their names were taken without consent. and it was used as per the amendments that he had moved for reference to a select committee which comprises of those members. Clearly, those members have taken grave offense to it. The chair has referred this matter for further investigation, and if indeed found that Raghav Chadha used the names of those members without their consent, then likely action will be taken against him. But the bigger story, of course, is that the Delhi Services Bill has now passed the legal test. It has passed the legislative test, as it were. It is now a law. It'll be sort of sent to the president for her assent, and once she signs it, it becomes law. But the last legislative hurdle has been cleared as far as the Delhi Services Bill is concerned. We're just getting that piece of breaking news as well, that Arvind Kejriwal will be speaking to the press. Our colleague Rupashri Nanda has just put out that information that Mr. Kejriwal, the Delhi Chief Minister, will be addressing the press in the next few minutes, and it'll be his first reaction. In fact, it'll be at 10 a.m., I believe. Is it 10 a.m.? I thought it was 10:15. I thought it was going to happen later tonight, but the latest that we are getting is that it's going to be 10:15 a.m. All right, it's going to be tomorrow morning where he will give his first reaction to what has gone on in the Rajya Sabha. So the Delhi Chief Minister will be speaking tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the morning, and he will give his first reaction to what has transpired in the upper house. Rupashri has more details. Rupashri, so first reaction from the Chief Minister. All right, Pallavi is on the phone line. Pallavi, first reaction by the Chief Minister tomorrow morning? All right, we just lost that line with Pallavi Ghosh. We'll try and see if we can go back to it. But this is the latest that we're getting, that Arvind Kejriwal, the Delhi Chief Minister, will react tomorrow. It'll be his first reaction to this, the Delhi Services Bill being passed in both the houses now. First in the Lok Sabha, it happened last week, and now it has happened in the upper house, the Rajya Sabha. All right, I believe there's been yet another correction. I believe that Mr. Kejriwal's reaction will come anytime in the next few minutes. We, in the meanwhile, have a reaction from Jasmine Shah. If we can play that out, I think it's ready on our Twitter deck. We can, in fact, try and go across to that and try and see what is it that the Aam Aadmi Party's reaction is. You've heard from Raghav Chadha a moment ago, but let's try and see if we can play out what Jasmine Shah of the Aam Aadmi Party has just reacted. But okay, I've just been told by our producers that there will not be any audio. You will not be able to hear it, but you can see that Jasmine Shah has put out his first reaction to the All right, let me try and see if you can hear this audio. All right, I'm not sure if you can hear the audio, but you have seen the first reaction now from Jasmine Shah of the Aam Aadmi Party. He has reacted to this. We'll try and see if we can get to Rupashri Nanda and try and get her word on what is going on and how the Aam Aadmi Party decides to take this battle on, both politically as well as legally. Will they be challenging this new Delhi Services Act, which has just been the bill that's just been passed by the Rajya Sabha? Will they take this up legally? Will they move to Supreme Court? Remember, they had gone to court when the ordinance was brought in. They had asked for a stay on it. The court refused. All right, Parvesh Verma, Delhi MP of the BJP, is reacting. Let's go across to that.
एक अपना डर था कि उनका मंत्री भ्रष्टाचार कर रहा है, एक उनका मंत्री जेल में है, एक उनका उप मुख्यमंत्री भी जेल में है, और वो जैसे ही उनको अपना सुप्रीम कोर्ट का ऑर्डर आया था, उसी दिन ही उन्होंने विजिलेंस के सारे अधिकारियों का ट्रांसफ़र कर दिया जो उनके केस की जांच कर रहे थे। तो ये दिखाता है कि उनकी मंशा क्या है। तो ये अधिकार कभी भी मुख्यमंत्री के पास में, क्योंकि दिल्ली यूनियन टेरिटरी है, तो कभी भी मुख्यमंत्री के पास में ना कभी रहे थे और ना कभी हैं और ना कभी रहेंगे। तो इसलिए ये जो बिल पास हुआ है काफ़ी हमारी अच्छी संख्या से पास हुआ है राज्यसभा में, और वो 30 वोटों का डिफरेंस है। तो जहाँ पर ये लोग सोच रहे थे कि गठबंधन से हम इसको जीत जाएंगे, हरा देंगे, तो वहाँ पे देश की जनता ने, और मैं हमारे सभी एनडीए के साथियों का धन्यवाद करना चाहता हूँ जिन्होंने हमें समर्थन दिया, कि ये तो हमें पता ही था कि अच्छी बहुमत से पास होगा।
Minutes, you will also get Arvind Kejriwal's reaction. There you go, Arvind Kejriwal. All right, Arvind Kejriwal will be speaking in the next few minutes, his first reaction to what exactly happened in the Delhi Services Bill. All right, Pallavi Ghosh is now joining us on the phone line. So, Pallavi, any word as we await what the Chief Minister's first reaction is going to be? Raghav Chadha, you heard from him a moment ago. He's saying that he will react and he will respond to this charge of 5 MPs saying that their names were used without their consent by Raghav Chadha. All right, we have more Aam Aadmi Party reactions. Let's listen in.
कंट्राडिक्टरी बयान उन्होंने दे करके देश को गुमराह करने की कोशिश की, वो दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है। उन्होंने एक तरफ कहा कि जो पहले स्थिति थी दिल्ली की, वही स्थिति आज भी बरकरार है। दूसरी तरफ कह रहे हैं कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने अपने आदेश में कहा है कि केंद्र की सरकार कानून बना सकती है, इसलिए हम कानून बना रहे हैं। तो अगर पहले जैसी स्थिति है तो कानून बनाने की जरूरत नहीं।
मोदी जी कह रहे हैं कि मैं सुप्रीम कोर्ट को भी नहीं मानता। जिस देश के प्रधानमंत्री उस देश की सर्वोच्च अदालत को नहीं मानते, उस देश का क्या भविष्य हो सकता है? सीधे सीधे वो कह रहे हैं सुप्रीम कोर्ट जो मर्जी आदेश पास करे, अगर मुझे सुप्रीम कोर्ट का आदेश पसंद नहीं आया तो मैं उसके खिलाफ कानून बना के सुप्रीम कोर्ट के आदेश को पलट दूंगा। इतना अहंकार हो गया इन लोगों को। इन लोगों ने देखा कि दिल्ली में आम आदमी पार्टी को हराना बहुत मुश्किल है। पिछले 4 चुनाव सीधे सीधे 2013 में, 2015 में, 2020 में और उसके बाद एमसीडी का चुनाव, सीधे सीधे 4 चुनाव बीजेपी आम आदमी पार्टी से दिल्ली में हार गई। दिल्ली के अंदर 25 साल से ज्यादा हो गए अब बीजेपी की सरकार नहीं बनी है। 25 साल से इनको वनवास दिल्ली के लोगों ने दिया हुआ है। तो इनको लगा कि आम आदमी पार्टी को हराना मुश्किल है, तो इन्होंने चोर दरवाजे से, पीछे से चोर दरवाजे से इन्होंने दिल्ली की सत्ता को हथियाने की कोशिश की है। दिल्ली के लोगों ने एक बार आम आदमी पार्टी को 70 में से 67 सीट दी और 3 सीट बीजेपी को दी। दूसरी बार 70 में से 62 सीट दी और 8 सीट बीजेपी को दी। तो एक तरह से दिल्ली की जनता ने चिल्ला चिल्ला के बीजेपी को कहा है कि दिल्ली के अंदर दखलंदाजी मत करना। प्रधानमंत्री जी को साफ साफ शब्दों में दिल्ली के लोगों ने कहा, 7 सीट उनको नेशनल चुनाव में 7 सीट दी और दिल्ली के चुनाव में 3 सीट दी। तो मोदी जी को साफ साफ दिल्ली की जनता ने कहा कि दिल्ली के काम में दखलंदाजी मत करना, आप देश संभालो। लेकिन मोदी जी कहते हैं मैं जनता की बात नहीं मानता। इतना अहंकार हो गया, ना जनता को की बात मानते, ना सुप्रीम कोर्ट की बात मानते। और आपको पता है इस कानून में क्या लिखा है, जो कानून आज पास किया है? इस कानून में लिखा है कि दिल्ली के ऊपर से नीचे ए कैटेगरी, बी कैटेगरी, सी कैटेगरी, डी कैटेगरी, जितने दिल्ली सरकार के कर्मचारी हैं, उन सारे कर्मचारियों को के बारे में सारी पॉलिसी केंद्र सरकार बनाएगी। उनकी ट्रांसफर पॉलिसी, कौन अधिकारी, कौन चपरासी क्या काम करेगा, ये देश के प्रधानमंत्री बैठ के दिल्ली सरकार का कौन सा चपरासी क्या काम करेगा, कौन सा चपरासी फाइल उठाएगा, कौन सा चपरासी चाय पिलाएगा, कौन सा चपरासी खाना, ये काम रहेगा प्रधानमंत्री जी को। इसके लिए प्रधानमंत्री बनाया था देश का कि आप दिल्ली के चपरासियों की ट्रांसफर पॉलिसी बनाओगे बैठ के प्रधानमंत्री बनके। आप केंद्र चलाओ ना, आप दिल्ली के अंदर क्यों दखलंदाजी कर रहे हो? आपको क्या लगता है ऐसा क्यों कर रहे हैं? वो ऐसा इसलिए कर रहे हैं क्योंकि पिछले 7-8 साल में बिना किसी पावर के भी हम लोगों ने जो काम किए हैं, हमने इतने शानदार स्कूल बनाए, इतने शानदार अस्पताल बनाए, 24 घंटे बिजली कर दी, बिजली फ्री कर दी, पानी घर घर पहुंचा रहे हैं, सड़कें बनाई, इतने सारे काम हम लोगों ने कर दिए। इनसे वो काम नहीं हो रहे। 30-30 साल से गुजरात के अंदर इनकी सरकार है, बेड़ा गर्क है गुजरात का। हरियाणा के अंदर इनकी सरकार बनी, हरियाणा में बेड़ा गर्क है इनका। मणिपुर के अंदर बीजेपी की सरकार है, मणिपुर को जला दिया इन लोगों ने। इसलिए केजरीवाल के साथ कंपटीशन नहीं कर सकते, काम में कंपटीशन नहीं कर सकते, हमारे जैसे काम नहीं कर सकते, आम आदमी पार्टी के जैसे काम नहीं कर सकते। इसलिए केजरीवाल को काम करने से रोको, किसी भी तरह से केजरीवाल को काम करने से रोको, बस ये इनका मकसद है। मैं सुन रहा था अमित शाह जी को, वहां पे संसद में भाषण दे रहे थे, कहते हैं झगड़ते बहुत हैं ये लोग, झगड़ते बहुत हैं ये लोग। मैं स्कूल बनाता हूं, ये मेरे को स्कूल नहीं बना देते। फिर मैं जब इनसे कहता हूं मेरे को स्कूल बना देने दो, तो कहते झगड़ता बहुत है केजरीवाल। मैं मोहल्ला क्लिनिक बनाता हूं, मेरे मोहल्ला क्लिनिक तोड़वा दिए इन लोगों ने। फिर कहते हैं केजरीवाल झगड़ता बहुत है। मैं इनको कहता हूं मेरे को मोहल्ला क्लिनिक बनाने दो। मैं अस्पताल में दवाइयां फ्री करता हूं, कहते हैं दवाइयां फ्री क्यों करता है। मैं बिजली फ्री करता हूं, कहते हैं केजरीवाल फ्री भी दे रहा है, फ्री की रेवड़ियां दे रहा है, कहते हैं झगड़ते बहुत हैं। मैं जो भी करता हूं, चाहे झगड़ता हूं चाहे जो भी करता हूं, दिल्ली के लोगों को पसंद हूं। इसीलिए 3 बार 4 बार दिल्ली के लोगों ने मेरे को, जो भी कर रहा हूं ठीक ही कर रहा हूंगा, तभी 4 बार लोगों ने हमें वोट दिया। और होम मिनिस्टर अमित शाह जी क्या कहते हैं, मैंने सुना उनको संसद में, हमारे पास पावर है, संविधान ने हमें पावर दी है कानून पास करने की, हमारे पास पावर है, हमें सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने पावर दी है ये कानून पास करने की। अरे आपको पावर दी है जनता की सेवा करने की, जनता के ऊपर अत्याचार करने के लिए पावर नहीं दी है आपको। इतना घमंड मत कीजिए अमित शाह जी। आपको पावर दी गई है ताकि आप विकास करें देश का, आपको पावर दी गई है ताकि आप देश के लोगों को शक्तिशाली बनाएं। आपको पावर इसलिए नहीं दी गई है कि आप देश के लोगों को लाचार बना दें और उनके वोट का अधिकार छीन लें। ये जो आप पावर 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 कर रहे हो, ये पावर आपको जनता की सेवा करने के लिए दी गई है। मैंने देखा है अमित शाह जी पिछले चुनाव में आप घर घर जाके दिल्ली के अंदर पर्चे बांट रहे थे, एक एक घर में जाके आप पर्चे बांट रहे थे। दिल्ली के लोगों ने आपको नकार दिया। अब आप दिल्ली के लोगों को तमाचा मारने आ गए। केजरीवाल से नफरत करते करते इस नफरत में इतने अंधे हो गए कि आपने दिल्ली के लोगों के ऊपर अत्याचार करना चालू कर दिया। और मैं प्रधानमंत्री जी को याद दिलाना चाहता हूं, 2014 के चुनाव में प्रधानमंत्री जी आप खुद आए थे दिल्ली, आपका भाषण उठा के देखिए। आपने दिल्ली की जनता को प्रॉमिस किया था कि मेरे को प्रधानमंत्री बना दो, मैं अब दिल्ली को पूर्ण राज्य बनाऊंगा। उसके पहले, हर चुनाव के पहले भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने आंदोलन किए हैं दिल्ली के अंदर दिल्ली को पूर्ण राज्य बनाने के लिए। और आज आप लोगों ने दिल्ली के लोगों की पीठ में छुरा घोंप दिया, अपनी वादे से मुकर गए। अगर आप ऐसे करोगे फिर प्रधानमंत्री पे कौन यकीन करेगा? आपने खुद बोला था 2014 में कि मैं फुल स्टेटहुड बनाऊंगा, फिर कौन जनता आपके ऊपर यकीन करेगी? 2015 में आपने मेरी शक्तियां छीनी दिल्ली सरकार की, जैसी हमारी सरकार बनी आपने हमारी शक्तियां छीन ली नोटिफिकेशन जारी करके। फिर भी बिना शक्तियों के हमने काम किया और दिल्ली की जनता ने मेरे को 2020 में 62 सीट दे के दिल्ली की जनता ने आम आदमी पार्टी की सरकार बनाई। क्यों? क्योंकि मैं दिल्ली का बेटा हूं और आप दिल्ली के नेता बनना चाहते हो। दिल्ली के लोगों को अपना बेटा पसंद है और दिल्ली के लोगों को आप जैसे नेता नहीं चाहिए। हम दिल्ली वाले दिल्ली से बहुत प्यार करते हैं और हम जानते हैं कि बीजेपी दिल्ली के लोगों से नफरत करती है, दिल्ली वालों से नफरत करती है। इस बार दिल्ली के लोग बीजेपी को एक भी सीट नहीं देंगे, लोकसभा में एक भी सीट नहीं देंगे। इस पूरे संघर्ष के अंदर बहुत सारी पार्टियों ने, बहुत सारे नेताओं ने दिल्ली के लोगों का साथ दिया। उन सब नेताओं को और उन सब पार्टियों को मैं तहे दिल से दिल्ली के 2 करोड़ लोगों की तरफ से शुक्रिया अदा करता हूं, धन्यवाद बोलता हूं।
Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, his first reaction to the Rajya Sabha now clearing the Delhi services bill. It will now be sent to the President for her assent and it will become law, whereby a 3-member committee of the National Capital Civil Services Authority will have the final say on all transfers and appointments of all bureaucrats in the national capital in Delhi. So, the Chief Minister there politically reacting to the statements made by Amit Shah as well as those of the government in the House while the debate was taking place. Arvind Kejriwal saying that not a single seat the BJP will win in the next election. More reactions coming in from outside Parliament.
मुझे लगता है कि फर्जी साइन करने वाली इंक्वायरी होनी चाहिए। माननीय अमित शाह जी ने भी मांग किया है और मतलब फर्जी साइन करने का अपोजिशन का तरीका ठीक नहीं है। जो मतलब हमारे सत्ताधारी पार्टी को सपोर्ट करने वाले मेंबर ऑफ पार्लियामेंट का भी नाम या सिग्नेचर उधर फर्जी किया था और उसकी पूरी जांच होनी चाहिए।
और जो बिल पास हुआ है,
हाँ तो बिल पास होने वाला ही था। जिस तरह लोकसभा में तो हमारी मेजोरिटी थी विपक्षी दल भाग गए थे, वहाँ आवाज़ी मतदान से बिल पास हुआ था, लेकिन विपक्षी दलों ने यहाँ वोटिंग में मांगा, डिवीजन में मांगा तो उसको।
All right, Ramdas Atavale there, member of the NDA, giving his first reaction to what has transpired in the Rajya Sabha. Let me go across to Pallavi Ghosh, my colleague. Pallavi, so you heard from Arvind Kejriwal. He is, of course, hit out at the BJP, saying that they will not win a single seat because people of Delhi are sick and tired of this authoritarian nature of the BJP government. Walk us through what the opposition plans now. It's a significant margin that they lost today's vote by, 131 to 102. How does this set the stage for the no confidence motion starting tomorrow?
I think another big test for opposition unity is again going to be tomorrow, though there are going to be no surprises there. So the same number of people on the same party, frankly speaking, Zaka, who were with the government today on a Delhi ordinance bill are also going to be with the government tomorrow in Lok Sabha when it's going to be put to vote on 10th. And, you know, in any case, in Lok Sabha, the government does not even read the support of the other opposition parties, but it's going to become an issue of political posturing. It's going to give a point to the BJP to start questioning the India Front opposition, and they have been doing that on a couple of issues. One is unlikely partners coming together. The Home Minister throwing the cat among the pigeons by making a provocative statement that come the Delhi Ordinance Bill and the voting and passage over, you'll find AAP and the Congress Party are going to be at loggerheads and AAP is going to leave the India Front opposition. That's one point that they're going to try and score over the next 3 days. The second point, of course, they'll score is that it's never been a complete opposition unity. You're going to have parties like the BRS, the BJD, the YSR, who are actually not going to be willing to be a part of the India Front opposition. So how is it that the India Front opposition can claim to represent all those people who are against the BJP and against the NDA?
All right, Pallavi Ghosh, we'll leave it at that. So this is the big story, in case you're joining us just now, that the Delhi Services Bill has now been passed by the upper house, the Rajya Sabha. 131 in favor of the motion, 102 against. The famed opposition unity has taken a bit of a bump on the road because parties like the BJD, the YSRCP have decided to back the government in its motion, and it's now been passed. You heard from Arvind Kejriwal, the Delhi Chief Minister, reacting to this, saying that this is an authoritarian government that is pushing through such a bill, snatching away the rights of the people of Delhi and the elected government of Delhi. We'll be on top of this story, but thank you very much for tuning in to our special late-night coverage here of the passing of this Delhi Services Bill. Quick break, but news and updates will continue right through the next few hours here on CNN News 18. If you'd been tuned in the meanwhile, thank you very much. My colleague Ayushman will be taking this story as well as all the other big developments that have happened through the day today, right here on CNN News 18. From Asia's biggest television station, thank you very much. Good night.
Take away the fact that it's an elected government at the end of the day. Mr. Saigal, if you can hear me, that question for you, sir.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now, sir. Please go ahead, make your argument.
Just because it is an elected government doesn't mean it can write roughshod over the views of the bureaucracy. The civil service has also a constitutional role to play. The All India services were created under the President by the Constitution. The civil service is recruited by the Union Public Service Commission. They have a role to play. They have to ensure that the law is followed. They have to ensure that the Constitution is followed. They have to ensure that the Supreme Court directions are followed. Now, the point here is that it is not a omnibus thing that the politician can say anything. Now, as far as the recruitment policy, services have three aspects. You have recruitment, you have vigilance, and you have a transfer process. Now, when it comes to recruitment, it is the Union Public Service Commission. Nobody has any role, whether the central government or the state government. The Union Public Service Commission makes recommendations. You are bound to appoint them.
Okay.
As far as the vigilance matters are concerned, there is an overseeing body created by an Act of Parliament called the Central Vigilance Commission. As far as the Delhi is concerned, the Central Vigilance Commission has complete authority. They have appointed the Chief Secretary as the Chief Vigilance Officer. As the Chief Vigilance Officer, he has complete authority as far as vigilance matters are concerned.
But sir, how do you reconcile with the fact that when the Supreme Court interpreted the law or the arrangement of Delhi, it interpreted it in a very different manner than what this bill talks about?
No, I am not getting into the legal aspects of the whole thing. Ultimately, the matter will go to the Supreme Court again, and the Supreme Court will decide. I am talking of the merits of the bill as I see them, or demerits of the bill as I see them.
Okay.
I think the only demerit of the bill that I see is that the Chief Minister should not be heading the Civil Services Authority.
Interesting.
The recommendations of the Civil Services Authority should go through him, to the Lieutenant Governor. The Civil Services Authority, you can imagine the position of...
Sir, I take that argument, and I'll also ask my team to fix a bit of echo that we're getting in your voice. We'll just fix that. Mr. RP Singh is also with us on the broadcast. Mr. Singh, coming to you, and I hope you can hear me this time. The Aam Aadmi Party argues that this entire move by the BJP or by the union government, it just doesn't reek of political rivalry or political malified intent, but it's a clear indication of constitution being subverted. You heard what Mr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi said on the floor of the House. You also had Mr. P. Chidambaram saying that 3 words have been killed, which is aid and advice, which was central to the functioning of the national capital. Mr. Singh.
Well, before I start, let me make it clear. Mr. Singhvi is a legal advisor or probably is a lawyer for the Delhi government, and he is representing Delhi government. So he would be representing them in the parliament also. But that point aside, the issue is what? As per last judgment of the Supreme Court, on page number 66, para 95, it categorically states that central government can bring ordinance or bill, and everyone will have to abide by that. Under section 239A 3B, it is clear that yes, the amendment can be done by the center. What's wrong in it? I mean, there's nothing unconstitutional in that.
That's what the AAP is saying, that because the BJP is scared of the work, that is why they have subverted the Supreme Court judgment. RP Singh ji, agar aapko meri awaaz aa rahi hai. Sir, can you hear me?